Hi, Thunderbirds. We are back with part 9 of The Last Straw, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I know it has been a while since I put out a video, but it is a little bit harder to find time with you guys back in school and on campus. I would be doing how to draw videos, but I haven't had any of you guys bring in any requests. So if you want more draw videos, send me some requests. Alright, so we left off on Valentine's Day, well, the end of it, and that's pretty much where we are with our videos. Valentine's Day just passed for us. So March, Saturday. The other day, Dad found Manny's blanket, Tingy, on the couch. I don't think Dad knew what it was, so he threw it away. Oh no. Ever since then, Manny's been turning the house upside down looking for his blanket, and finally, Dad had to tell him that he accidentally threw it out. Well, Manny got his revenge yesterday by using Dad's Civil War battlefield as a playset. Oh, his dad is obsessed with that. Manny's been taking his anger out on everyone else, too. Today I was sitting on the couch just minding my own business, and Manny walked up to me and said, "Ploopy." Oh, he's angry. I don't know if ploopy was some kind of little kid bad word or what, but I didn't like that. So I went to find Mom and ask her if she knew what it meant. Unfortunately, Mom was on the phone when she's gabbing with one of her friends, it takes forever to get her attention. Mom, 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 mom. Hey, mom, 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 mom. I remember doing that. I finally got Mom to stop talking for a second, but she was mad, and I interrupted her, and I told her Manny called me a ploopy, and she said, "What is a ploopy?" That kind of threw me for a second because it's the exact question I was trying to ask her. I didn't have an answer, so Mom just went back to her conversation. After that, Manny knew he had the green light to call me a ploopy whenever he wanted, and that's what he's been doing all day. "Wipe my hiney, ploopy." I guess I should have known that telling on Manny wasn't going to get me anywhere. When me and Roderick were little, we used to tell on each other so much that it made Mom crazy. So she brought out this thing called the tattle turtle to solve the problem. Mom came up with the tattle turtle idea when she taught preschool. The idea behind the tattle turtle was that if me and Roderick had a problem with each other, we'd tell the tattle turtle instead of Mom. Well, the tattle turtle worked out great for Roderick, but not so great for me. Tattle turtle, Roderick stole all the money from my piggy bank. I don't think it's going to do anything. Easter. On the car ride to church today, I felt like I was sitting on something sticky. And when I got out and turned around to look at the back of my pants, there was chocolate all over them. Manny had brought his Easter bunny with him in the car, and I must have been sitting on an ear or something. Mom was trying to get the family inside so we could get our good seats, but I told her there was no way I was going in there looking like that. I knew Holly Hills and her family were probably already in there, and I didn't need her wondering if I pooped my pants. Mom said skipping church on Easter wasn't an option, and we argued back and forth. Then Roderick came up with his solution. "Here, he can wear my pants." Roderick knows that church on Easter is always at least 2 hours long, so he was just looking for an excuse to get out of it. But right at that moment, Dad's boss and his family pulled up alongside us in the parking lot. "Happy Easter, Heffleys." Oh, they saw Roderick in his undies. Mom made Roderick put his pants back on, and then she gave me her sweater to tie around my waist. I don't know which was worse, wearing dress pants with chocolate all over them or wearing Mom's pink Easter sweater like a kilt. Church was pretty full. The only seats that were empty were right up front where Uncle Joe and his family were sitting, so we sat next to them. I looked around, I spotted Holly Hills and her family 3 rows back. I was pretty sure she couldn't see what I was wearing from the waist down, so that was a relief. He does look like he's in a skirt. As soon as the music started up, Uncle Joe reached out to hold hands with me and his wife, and he started singing. I tried to break free a couple times, but Uncle Joe had an iron grip. The song was only like a minute long, but to me it felt like half an hour. After the song was over, I turned to the people behind us, pointed at Uncle Joe, and made the cuckoo sign so everyone knew I wasn't on board with the whole hand-holding thing. Somewhere in the middle of church, they passed a basket around so people could give money to the Help to help the needy. I didn't have any money on my own, so I whispered to Mom to see if she would give me $1. Then when the basket came to me, I made a big deal of putting the dollar in the basket to make sure Holly Hills could see how generous I was. But when I put the money in the basket, I realized Mom had given me a 20, not a single. I tried to grab the basket to make change, but it was too late. All I can say is, I better get some points in heaven for that donation. I've heard that when you do a good deed, you're supposed to be all private about it, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. If I started hiding my good deeds, I'm sure I'll just regret it later on. But what about the squirrel I helped with a broken leg? Sorry, I must have missed that. Like I said before, the Easter service is super long. One of the songs was going on for about 5 minutes, and I started looking for ways to entertain myself. The way that Roger keeps himself busy when he's bored is by picking at the scab on the back of his hand that he never lets heal. But I'm not really interested in going that route. Manny has it made in church. Mom and Dad let him bring all sorts of stuff with us to keep him entertained. Believe me, Mom and Dad never let me bring anything to church when I was his age. Manny's got a bunch of toys to play with. Mom and Dad always baby Manny, though, and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Last week, Manny was at preschool, and when he opened up his lunchbox, his sandwich was cut in half, not in quarters, the way she cuts it. Manny threw a huge temper tantrum, and the teacher had to call Mom, so she left work and drove all the way down to Manny's school to slice his sandwich. There you go, sweetie. No way. Anyway, I was thinking about that at church, and all of a sudden I got an idea in my head. I leaned over to Manny, and I whispered, Ploopy. Well, Manny completely lost it. He started bawling, and everyone in the church turned their heads our way. Even the minister stopped talking to see what was going on. Mom couldn't calm Manny down, so we had to leave. Instead of walking out the side door, though, we had to walk right down the center aisle. I tried to look as cool as possible when we walked past the Hills family, but it was pretty tough considering the circumstances. The only person more embarrassed than me was Dad. Dad tried to cover his face with the church bulletin, but his boss spotted him and gave Dad the thumbs up on the way out. So there they are, drawing attention to themselves. Alright, well, we will find out next time what happens on Wednesday. See you guys next time.